The Zodiac Killer, a mystery that still haunts America. The late 1960s in California was a time of peace movements, rock and roll, and the rise of the counterculture. But beneath this era of freedom lurked a sinister presence, one that would terrorize the Bay Area and leave behind a legacy of fear and mystery. He called himself the Zodiac, a name that would soon become synonymous with cold-blooded murder and cryptic messages that taunted both police and the public alike. The first strikes. On December 20th, 1968, the peaceful town of Vallejo, California, became the scene of a nightmare. A young couple, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, parked on a quiet lover's lane, never made it home that night. Their lifeless bodies were found near their car, executed at close range with a .22 caliber pistol. There was no robbery, no sign of personal vendetta, just cold, calculated murder. Six months later, on July 4th, 1969, another young couple, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Michaud, were attacked while sitting in their car in a remote parking lot. The attacker, described as a man with a flashlight, fired multiple shots, killing Darlene and severely injuring Michael, who barely survived to tell the story. But the real terror began an hour later when a chilling phone call was made to the Vallejo Police Department.
I want to report a double murder. I also killed those kids last year. Goodbye.
The call was traced to a phone booth not far from the police station, but by the time officers arrived, the caller was gone. The killer wasn't just committing crimes he wanted the world to know, and he was just getting started. A month after the attack, newspapers across Northern California received an eerie set of letters. Each was signed with a strange symbol, a circle with a cross through it, resembling a target. The letters claimed responsibility for the murders and included a cryptogram, an encrypted message supposedly revealing the killer's identity. If you can crack this code, you will have me. The Zodiac sent a total of 4 ciphers over time, and while some were solved, others remain unbroken to this day. He boasted about his crimes, taunted investigators, and threatened more killings unless his letters were published. The media complied, giving the unknown murderer exactly what he wanted: fame. On September 27, 1969, a peaceful afternoon at Lake Berryessa turned into horror for Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard. While relaxing by the shore, they were approached by a masked man dressed in an executioner-style hood with the same Zodiac symbol on his chest. He held them at gunpoint, tied them up, and then brutally stabbed them. Before leaving, he scrawled a message on their car door. Vallejo 12 2068, July 469, Sept 27 minus 696 :30.by knife. Cecilia succumbed to her injuries, but Brian miraculously survived to describe the terrifying ordeal. The Zodiac's rampage continued. San Francisco, the final confirmed killing. Less than 2 weeks later, on October 11, 1969, San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein picked up a routine fare in the upscale Presidio Heights neighborhood. Moments later, he was shot in the head at point-blank range. This time, the Zodiac made a crucial mistake. Witnesses saw him. Three teenagers, watching from a nearby house, saw a man calmly wiping down the cab and walking away. They called the police, but a miscommunication led officers to search for a black suspect instead of the white male described by the witnesses. The Zodiac slipped away once again. Days later, another letter arrived. Enclosed was a piece of Paul Stein's bloody shirt, proof that the writer was indeed the killer. He mocked the police, bragged about fooling them, and even threatened to attack a school bus full of children. The entire city was gripped with fear. The killer vanishes, but his legend remains. As the 1970s progressed, the Zodiac's letters became more erratic. Some claimed he had killed dozens more, though no evidence confirmed this. The last known letter arrived in 1974, but the killer was never caught. Over the years, countless theories and suspects emerged. Was he a former military codebreaker? A deranged loner? A brilliant mind playing a sick game? No one could say for sure. Despite extensive investigations, forensic advancements, and even DNA analysis, the true identity of the Zodiac remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. The Zodiac would be an old man today if he's even alive. But his crimes, his ciphers, and his eerie letters still haunt those who remember. His case has inspired books, movies, and documentaries, yet no one has been able to close the file once and for all.
For more stories, please like and subscribe Crime and Crime.